Your show, nearly 400 teachers and students have tested positive for COVID-19, and more than 3,800 are now under quarantine.
The governor is extending the rules for masks in the state while answering questions about his own use of a mask. 12 News senior political correspondent Gerald Harris is live downtown. Gerald?
Yeah, and the governor is responding to being seen maskless in crowds, one in North Carolina, the other in Washington, D.C. He visited North Carolina a couple weeks ago to campaign for a Republican candidate there and was at a rally without a mask. Last week, he was at the White House for President Donald Trump's RNC speech, where attendees were not tested and he was maskless.
You know, one of the problems with where we find ourselves as a country now is there are certain groups that want to politicize everything. We're in the middle of a pandemic, and what we're trying to do is try to encourage Mississippians to do the right things based upon data, based upon evidence, based upon the best advice that we get from our experts. And I will tell you, Dr. Dobbs and Dr. Byers and their entire teams have provided excellent advice throughout this entire process. We haven't always agreed. We don't always agree with exactly the right next course of action, but we sit down and we have conversations and we do it in a respectful way. And I think that's what Mississippians expect in their leaders, and that's what we're going to continue to do.
He did say most of the time on the trips he wore masks, and he should have probably worn it more. The mask mandate for Mississippians has been extended for another 2 weeks, but there has been a movement online and led in part by Governor Tate Reeves' former Republican rival Robert Foster, titled "Mask Off Mississippi," trying to get folks to stop wearing a mask. And this comes as Labor Day is around the corner, and the fear for health officials is that a lot of people will gather, which would in turn increase the transmission of COVID-19 right here in Mississippi. Reporting in downtown Jackson, Gerald Harris, 12 News.